Should we get into it? What do you guys think?
Sure.
Oh boy.
The Linux Movie Cast.
So, somebody put this movie on the list. May have been me. Nobody's pointing fingers here.
Look, we went through this thing where we were going through all the sci-fi movies on Tubi, and
That's right.
this happened to be one of them, and
Yep.
it ended up on the list.
What was it
Bill
called?
Hay.
It's called Sci-Fighter from 2004, or I saw on YouTube, you can watch the whole thing for free, called X-Treme Fighter, and it's spelled X-Treme Fighter to make it really high tech. And somebody pointed out that Don the Dragon Wilson was a co-producer of this movie in the Matrix, which makes sense because it's got to be just a vanity project. And I don't know, Joe may be disappointed as disappointed as I was. We didn't get enough Lorenzo Lamas in this.
No, that
Right.
was extremely disappointing, and it was one of the points I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Renegade in there, and he's in it for like all of 3 15-second segments.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
even take advantage of him.
Right? He wasn't even a part of the plot.
High quality star here, and they didn't take advantage. So
Helped right out of it.
I'll just read the IMDb deal here real quick. A computer virus has invaded a virtual reality fighting game, leaving a rebellious teen trapped within. Now the boy's father must enter the tainted program and battle his way through a deadly maze of martial arts fighters to save his son. So, the acting was not that great in this.
None of his movies are very well acted.
I have a really quick.
Look, I'm a Don the Dragon Wilson fan. I ain't gonna lie, but
I have a
he
quick
can't act.
sound clip of the movie here, and this is when I knew that might be a long ride. Is when in the beginning, Don the Dragon Wilson has a little exhibition match against another fighter, and his dad comes back behind stage. Aki Aliong is his name, Professor Takanama or something in the movie, and this is the. Let's see if I can get it to play. This is the quality of acting.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, son. You were good tonight, but a little off.
Thanks, Eric. Where's Brad?
Son, Brad did not want to come. Oh, there's a lovely young lady I brought that I want you to meet. I think you
I'm
both
just not ready to meet anybody. I'm just not ready.
All right.
As you can hear, it doesn't get much better than this.
Look, the movie was slightly better at 2X.
See, I
All those
was watching on my
pauses weren't
TV, and
there
the
and
Tubi
shit.
app doesn't have that on the TV.
Tubi app has 1.5, at least the Android version.
See, the smart TV app doesn't, the LG app doesn't, or whatever TV app doesn't have any options.
No,
So I had to suffer through 90 minutes.
I was able to speed it up to 1.5, and those action scenes actually looked a little more actionable.
Yeah. So,
And look,
It was
look,
bad.
look, I'm the
Do you know
Power
how
Rangers. It looked like the Power Rangers. Now, granted, you know, a lot of it was supposed to be in a virtual environment, so maybe that's a good excuse. But yeah, the quality was there, and the acting wasn't. And let me tell you, the moral of the entire movie comes in right at the very end, and it's most definitely love conquers all.
I thought kung fu is not just a sport; it's a way of life.
Well, there's that too. But I was talking, Don was getting his butt whipped by that girl who put in the virus because she wanted to play the game.
The goth girl?
The goth
She was the
girl,
virus.
right? And was getting his ass kicked until his son says, "I love you, Dad." And then all of a sudden he gets the last dragon, like, light coming out of his arms, ass whipping power.
Oh, that's the movie I was trying to think of, The Last Dragon. That's exactly what it reminded me of. So let me give a quick rundown on this movie real quick. So it's kind of it's his son, Don the Dragon Wilson, is teaches. They don't even say what martial art he's teaching, do they?
The only thing they mentioned was kung fu,
yeah.
But he fought like all different types of martial arts. I mean, there was jujitsu, there was kung fu, there was you name it. It was in there.
So
what was that monkey guy throwing grass up in the air and bouncing it? Monkey style. Like drunken monkey.
Yeah, drunken monkey style. So Don the Dragon Wilson, him and his son lived together, and their mom died. And what we see in flashbacks as a knife attack by some guy because her son didn't want to go to the store with her to pick up birthday candles for their dad's cake. And so the son blames himself for their mom's death.
Well, it wasn't all his fault.
Yeah, it was. Of course it was. And so they're already in conflict with each other, and there's all kinds of hurt feelings. And it's his son's birthday in the very beginning, and the son throws a big party at his own house and doesn't tell his dad about it. And his dad walks in and sees all the kids and stuff and sees him kissing some girl and drinking beer, and oh boy, he's in big trouble now. And his son grounds him, and he can't go to a concert with his girlfriend. So he's all pissed off and sitting in his room, and Grandpa comes, who you just heard that soundbite from. He was maybe one of the worst actors I've seen in a long time.
And looks nothing like Don.
The girl wasn't his assistant, the girl, wasn't much better of an actor either.
Which is weird because that's Cynthia Rothrock. Somehow these actors have gotten worse at acting as their careers have gone on instead of better. Because she was awesome in the 80s. She had movies with like, what's her name that was in Crouching Tiger? Michelle Yeoh.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got Yes, Madam, I think is what it's called. Man, she was awesome in that and other movies too. And I'm sure Lovecraft has seen some of her earlier work.
Oh yeah, a bunch of her stuff. I mean, she was like the female Steven Seagal for a while there. She was huge, and she was great. And now she's just like a wooden dummy for some reason. Maybe too much plastic surgery. I don't know. But anyway, so Grandpa shows up at the house, and he's got a present for his grandson, and he's a computer scientist, and also he's working on this project it's a fighting simulation. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, yeah. The VR stuff that he brought to the kid's house is literally bike helmets and a GameCube. And I'm telling you, that was the
bike helmets
greatest
have lights,
GameCube I've ever seen. And they used heat set inserts on the side of it to put in like audio jacks and crap on the side of the bike helmet.
And Lovecraft, weren't you keeping track of the technology in this movie?
Yeah. I there was a couple of Power Mac G4s in the lab. There's two different models. One had like some inset stuff on the front case, you could tell, but I matched it up with the model online. And then the GameCube and presumably like a portable DVD thing for the screen or something. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, and the bike helmets were just laughable. I mean, they were, that was pretty sad.
Yeah, the VR helmets are literally bicycle helmets that they've glued lights and shit to, and some kind of visor that comes down on the bottom. You're not fooling anybody with this stuff. Everybody knows what a bicycle helmet is. Like, you could at least create an original helmet that people wouldn't know what it is. It's crazy. So they put on these helmets, and Don the Dragon Wilson and his son, Brad, and they're in this fighting simulator, which Lorenzo Lamas had been helping the grandpa test out in the computer lab as a way to navigate hostage situations or something. And
it was supposed to be for police officer training.
Right, police training. Yep. And so the grandpa thought this would be fun to bring over just to play with. A police training tool to put on his grandson's head. So they step into.
I gave it to him. I thought.
Oh, did he give it to him? Okay.
Yeah, it was his gift.
Yeah, it was a present.
So they put on the helmets, and now they're in a fighting game, and they go and there's some green grid lines and stuff when you step into the virtual reality world, and then like virtuosity, it looks like you're in just normal reality, you know, and they have to fight a karate guy and stuff. And what happens between that and when they put on the helmets the second time? Because I don't remember. That's kind of lost to me.
Not much happened. I mean, it actually hurt Don when he got hit in the face.
Oh, that's right. He said you need to fix this thing.
Yeah, you need to fix this thing, and there's supposed to be filters to prevent that. And then Grandpa went in and did some readings and saw that there was something a little jank going on.
Where'd the virus come from?
It doesn't say that I saw.
Magic.
Yeah, I mean, he leaves, and then the boy jumps back on without permission in the middle of the night because rebellious teen.
He was angry.
Yeah.
And gets stuck.
And so, the boy wants to play the game even though his dad told him not to. He goes down in the living room, puts on the helmet, and the virus takes hold. And it's in the game, and it's I think the grandpa said the virus is corrupting the game or something like that. It's not working the way it's supposed to, and the plug gets pulled out of the wall, and it says it's on backup power. So they've got a limited time to get the sun out of the game, because when they try to touch the helmet, it has electricity that comes out of it and shocks them.
Were they not able to touch the plug to put it back in?
I don't know.
They didn't try.
I don't know.
It's on backup power. All right, so just plug it back in, man. It's not that far from the outlet. It didn't go that far. You could see the plug in the outlet.
Well, yeah, it was laying right
time.
in front of the outlet. So the premise is they have a limited time before the power runs out to get the sun out of the game.
And if you die in the game,
yeah, I guess you did. They don't even say, but I'm guessing you die in real life or something. But
they implied it.
So Don the Dragon puts on the helmet to go into the game and get his son.
You have to go all the way through to the end to get you both out.
And he has to fight,
of course you do.
Like y'all said before, all different kinds of martial artists with different styles. Jiu-jitsu. Which the jiu-jitsu one was weird. He shows up on a beach with bikini babes. and then... Is that one of the Gracies? Because I think I saw Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on the back of his gi.
I think that was on his gi, but I couldn't tell you. But no, the kiss was weird.
Which one?
The kiss that knocks him out?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where did he go?
He went back to see the dragon, which was... The white dragon, which was...
Cynthia Rothrock, which was
right,
the sister.
A replication of the girl that was on the outside, yeah.
And so,
So she's actually she could do martial arts.
Oh, she's awesome. Yeah, she's
really.
Good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because what she did in that looked like they just took somebody like off the street and like, all right, you kick your legs a little bit. There you go.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I don't understand.
We're gonna swing you. We're gonna
these arm things that make it look like you're doing Tai Chi.
Swing. Yeah, wave your arms about and kick your legs. All right, there you go. I thought she was just some like noob or novice or just like I said, somebody they grabbed off the street and told to kick her legs around.
No, she is.
At the end of
awesome.
the movie, in the credits, they listed everyone's martial arts credits with their name and stuff. She was like the woman's form champion or something like that, and they had everybody else's stats in there too.
How old was Don the Dragon Wilson in this movie?
Yeah, I'd like to know too.
He's
was 70s?
He's 69 right now.
Right now he's 69?
Right now he's 69.
When did they make that movie?
2006. So
really?
18 years ago. Yeah.
So he was our age.
He looks rough.
He looked 60.
He did look 60.
Slow. he was like, I
put a link to one of Cynthia Rothrock's kind of notable fight scenes from back in the 80s in the show notes. Whenever you get a chance, you should check that out. It's from a movie called Righting Wrongs. It's a Hong Kong action movie. It's awesome. But anyway, so he has to go through all these different fighters. They had the monkey style fighter. This movie, I think teen boys or young boys. It was made for like young boys or something. Do you guys think so?
Well, it did have girls in bikinis in it and girls in leather in it, so maybe.
Not a
Because
lot though.
And fighting, yeah,
It's-
not much.
it seemed
And-
like
Crappy fighting.
It had no gratuitous nudity, so
No.
I
that's
don't
what
know
made me
who
think
it
it's
was
for young boys. Yeah, and I mean,
Look,
it was PG-13.
Tell
and
me 13-year-old boys don't like a quick gratuitous nudity.
But I mean, well, yeah, they do. I just think it was specifically made for young boys. Like this seems like.
No, the movie Sidekicks, that was made for young boys.
Well, yeah, that too. Maybe this
But
was
I don't
Don the
think this
Dragon
was.
Wilson's attempt at a young boy movie. I don't know, because his son was the protagonist in a lot of this. He's a kind of a teenage kid.
This isn't any different than what was the other one when he went inside the game, like the Virtuosity Wannabe?
Virtual Fighter or
yeah.
something. Virtual Combat.
Virtual Combat. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
This wasn't as mature as that one, I don't think. Because remember they had the sex games and all that, and then the dominatrix and stuff in that one, and
the
this
stuff that
didn't
was
have any of
implied.
that. No.
They kind of did, sort of.
I know
there
you're-
was a couple of scenes that were a little bit suggestive about what women wanted to do.
Well, yeah, there's that poison
Scorpion.
Scorpion,
Yeah.
which I don't recognize. I guess she's a martial artist, but
What about the woman at the very beginning of the game that when you chose your outfit with the pigtails?
yeah, who was that?
Yeah,
I
Did
have
she
no
work in
idea
the
who that
lab?
was.
Or?
No idea, but that was very odd.
I thought maybe she worked in the lab. Yeah, he had it. She gave him a superhero suit costume.
Yeah,
looked like a
and he was
dumbass.
just like, no.
So
He did look pretty dumb.
they have
but
to
that,
go through.
just that character was weird.
They go through this entire gauntlet, and towards the end, you think that they're home free because they beat this demon guy that has a mohawk made out of horns, and they finally defeat him, and they're happy to be father and son again, and the son walks through the portal, and he's back in the real world, but Don the Dragon Wilson is still in the virtual reality, and it turns out that the final boss is actually the computer virus who he has to fight to leave.
And the final boss, the previous final boss before the actual final boss, gets up and tries to fight her, and he was okay against Don and his son, but he just gets stomped by that girl.
Yeah, and he tells Don, why they make this into a touching moment is beyond me. When he says, "I thought you were the virus," and Don almost starts crying and closes his eyes with his hand and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy just tried to whoop your ass. He's not even a real person. He's a program, and you're just about to start crying for him, which is crazy.
Yeah,
So
I can't
anyway,
He's a
argue with
very
that.
emotional
That is
guy,
correct.
right?
Yeah, should we
He's
spoil
a man
anything?
in touch
All
with his
his
feelings.
emotions just come out in his acting so much.
Acting.
This is one of the worst Don the Dragon acting performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, he dialed this one in.
What
and
would
that's
you consider
that's
totally
best?
saying a lot from coming from him.
Because he didn't
Well-
even look like he put in any effort into any kind of emotion.
He
or,
rarely looks like he put in any kind
I
of
He
know,
looks
but-
like
emotion
he's
in anything.
80.
You have to admit, isn't this much worse as far as acting goes than some of the other movies we've seen from him?
Look,
What do you think was his best?
Bloodfist.
That one that had the guy coming after him the whole movie that was a
Oh,
Terminator,
Cyber
yeah.
Tracker.
Cyber Tracker. Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, no, I think his best movie was probably Bloodfist. I mean, they did turn it into an 8-movie arc.
No, but I mean ones that we've watched.
Oh, of the ones that we watched, yeah, Cyber Tracker was definitely better than Virtual Combat.
Yeah. Have we only seen 3 of his movies?
Those are the only ones I can think of.
Was there a Cyber Tracker 2?
There is a Cyber Tracker too.
Did we watch it?
No, it was the one that came up on the list, but then we didn't watch it because we hadn't watched the first Cyber Tracker yet, so we switched it.
Oh.
So let's see. So anyway, the end is like Joe said in the beginning, love will conquer all, as not only his son loves him, but now Cynthia Rothrock loves him, and she plays a part in the game as a dragon lady. I think he calls the white dragon or something like that, and she kisses him, and that gives him her computer power to get out of the game, and the portal opens and he's alive. So.
And then him and her real world counterpart are evidently dating.
Oh yeah, it says 1 year later, and then it shows them watching his son in some kind of exhibition.
Martial arts exhibition, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's how it ends. I know you guys are gonna hate me, but I actually thought this was entertaining. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Wait,
I have to ask.
I
Do you
need to
think
know.
it was so horrible that it was entertaining? Like it
No.
was watching a train wreck?
It's like I said. I think it was
Which part?
made for teen boys, and I can imagine a teen boy liking this, and I have the maturity of a teen boy, and I kind of liked it.
Which part of this movie was entertaining?
I just like the concept of having to go through the gauntlet of different martial artists, and I've always loved movies where they have all kinds of martial arts they throw in there and stuff. And I agree, the fighting wasn't the fastest, and actually the son was a much better fighter in the movie than anybody else. He was the quickest guy on the screen. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry, but I watched this while folding laundry, and not bad.
There was just too much that you were supposed to take on faith. I mean, too much of the story was just accept this because.
Oh, you know who picked this? Mortensen. Because he said he always put the IMDb link in the title, and this has the IMDb link in the title on the list.
Mid to nothing, Mortensen. Mid to nothing.
Well, I would think that folding laundry was probably more entertaining than the movie.
By the way, you can watch the whole thing for free on YouTube too, Netminer, if you want to. You can.
I'm pretty sure I added the link during the last show.
Oh, okay. So, Joe, what was your score?
Thumbs up for me.
All right, there we go.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Everett, nobody?
Nah, I'm going to have to go thumbs down on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't say I don't
One other thing
understand.
about it, somebody did ask what martial art it was. I noticed that some of the kids had the letters IFCKF, which at first glance was,
Yeah, because it almost
let me read that
fuck.
again. But yes, it does. So that actually stands for the International Full Contact Karate Federation.
Oh,
So
okay.
now, not all of them were wearing it. So maybe some of the other kids were doing something else. But at the scene at the end when
Look, the
Don's
costume
back teaching
department
class,
had zero
that's it.
budget, and they just had these people bring in whatever they had at home.
Yeah, the mismatch of stuff. But yeah, I saw that at the end. I'm like, whoa! I don't know if I would want my kid wearing that around, but
Yeah,
But,
I did
yeah.
notice that.
The martial arts wasn't believable. The tech wasn't believable.
I know I'm in the minority.
The best thing was the GameCube.
Did Donald Dragon Wilson have a stroke before the movie? During the movie? Because he was
Yes.
he kind of shuffled along, just kind of like.
he does team up with Cynthia Rothrock again in the 2015 movie called The Martial Arts Kid. If anyone wants to see them perform together again.
I don't think so. At least not in the. I mean, I would like to see him
You
in the
don't want to be
90s
disappointed?
and 80s where he belongs. I think once you get past that era, from what I've seen, if this movie is an indication, then he just kind of mails it in, basically.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the photos from this other movie on IMDb, and it's like looks like the kid is doing most of the fighting, but Don Dragon Wilson does stand next to a guy who looks like he's from Milli Vanilli, and it's mostly kids though.
By the way, what did you guys think about the music in
Oh, that song that they made specifically for this,
yeah,
called Trust or whatever.
Oh yes,
Trust is the glue or something like
Trust
that.
is the-
Yeah, definitely pick up the soundtrack to this movie. Yes, it's
did you notice that that cringy hip hop song they had during the boy's birthday about
shake what your mama gave you?
Yeah, shake what your mama.
Yeah, right in with the breakdancing scene. Yeah, that was great.
Oh man, that was something else.